Hello everybody and welcome back to Fenton Forest Farm with me, CWATTYESO, on what is a lovely start to a new day here on the farm. Although looking at the weather forecast, it is going to do that flipping rain thing again that it seems to always do and mess me up good and proper. Anyway, I've done some obviously loggy stuff on fields, so we're going to do some ploughing today and create some new fields. But first, we've got mod drops. Mod Hub has gone crazy today and dropped a whole load of new mods on us, including a brand new John Deere tree cutter, logging truck. Oh, if I hadn't bought the Scorpion King, I might have gone for that. Some of the textures look a bit flat, I'll be quite honest. The tyres especially look a bit detailless, a bit low res. We've also got a trailer. Then we can obviously hook that up to a few things. Low range. Climbing up trees. Remove the grill. We can also put chains on it. Tracks. So, interesting bit of kit. I never did look at the skidder by, was it Black Sheep Modding released this? Doing trees. What else have we got released today? They've released a new animal thing. That's this thing here, look. Little mixing wagon. Corn thing. I think there was a small tractor released as well, wasn't there, today? That one? Might be that one. I think it is that one. So let's have a quick look. What else comes with it? Giving it a brand? They have given it a brand, so it's just that one tractor, righto. And then we've got, you know, the usual sort of assortment of mods that have been released for the game today. We've got things like bale forks and all that normal rubbish that they release. We also got some more placeables. We've got bale sell point small, bale sell point long, bale sell point double. So you can sell bales at these sell points. They're new. We've also should have somewhere in here a liquid manure tank. So we've got a storage tank for liquid manure. We've also manure shop, manure trader. We also should now have the slurry trader and seller, wherever he is. Slurry shop. There we go. Filling slurry tanks, slurry storage, slurry sell point. So we've got those. They've been added. So you can put those on your, plop those on your maps or wherever you want and sell any excess slurry you've got. You can buy it if you need to. You can even store it. Doesn't do digestate though, sadly, because that could be quite useful to place, you know, somewhere away from the farm, maybe up here. You know, so you've got an easy access point when you need to refill your tools when you work in these sorts of fields. But anyway, I digress. We're not here to worry about that today. So we've got plenty of good mods released. But that's not kind of why we're here. Why is it the 7R is the last vehicle to tab to? It's because I workshop modified it. I put Michelin tyres on because I was having a few little issues with that yesterday. My log trailer, my New Holland Blue Power with its crappy log forks. Right, this is the bad boy we need today. Let me get this unfolded. This beast of a plough. That's much better. It would be if I hadn't messed up. There we go. Right, that should be relatively straight. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plough the field together. Right, I can move that though, can't I? There we go. Don't worry about it being a little bit wider. What I shall do is merge it. I'll shug around with the terrain tool again. Just take some of the edges off the field. Then we're going to go over the land that we've cultivated. That's not going to be too much of a problem. Excuse me for sneezing. Here's the train. Okay, so what I've had to do, I've had to time-lapse this next portion of the video because unfortunately I ended up recording the video in two parts. The first video was over an hour on its own, and then the second video that I recorded was nearly an hour and 40 minutes on its own, so I'm trying to condense both videos, which are about 2 hours and 40 minutes, into one single episode. And seeing as I'm just driving around with a plough, merging and joining the fields, I figured this is probably the bit that makes the most sense to time-lapse as I try and figure out how best to put new edges on these fields and merge them, which wasn't easy. I'm going to level with you, it's not easy. I occasionally goof up, and I'm kind of jumping backwards and forwards between the plough and the terrain tool, because when I mess up and goof up, I then have to basically train, paint and undo my ploughing, and then try again. Also trying to figure out what angles to set on the GPS mod as well to get the correct sort of edges that I want, and the right angles on the edges for the field was also another issue. I was failing at maths badly that day trying to work out, and I don't know actually in game what is the best, what sort of angles the workers and courseplay tends to prefer. You know, whether it's 90 degrees, 45 degrees, that's the thing, or whether it wants to do 35 degrees, 15 degrees, I don't know. Once you start moving off of 90-degree angles, I don't know what the game handles best. So some of these edges I set at, I think, 45 degrees, some of them I set at 35. There's a couple that are probably at sort of like 15-degree angles. So it's going to be interesting to see how the workers and AI cope with farming these fields. And when they're doing their headlands and stuff, whether they like miss bits on the corners of fields, or whether they're able to do what I want them to do. Ideally, what I'm hoping for is that when I've got workers and courseplay doing headlands on courses, when they sweep round the edge of the field, they don't miss like corner bits. I wanted to make the corners a little bit, less right angly, because they don't handle those so well when they're turning. Another reason this took so long is, for whatever reason, this RX John Deere 9RX tractor just doesn't seem to have any grunt to it, even though it's got like 1500 horsepower. As soon as you start pulling something, it's got like no pull. I don't know whether it's something to do with the torque on it. It's something I'm going to have a look at, see whether the torque scale's a bit off. It just cannot seem to get up to the working speed of that plough. And I know for a fact that plough can move a lot faster than 9 kilometers an hour, because it's a modded. It's a mod. It's been altered. It's had its working speed corrected, as well as obviously having had the plough functionality added to it. Because obviously it's in game, it's just a cultivator, and it's basically been turned into a plough by somebody. There's also another variation of it where I've got installed where it's a subsoiler. So different modders have their own different opinions on what this flexi coil should be. All I know is that so far, from all the mod makers that have done versions of this flexi coil, none of them have given you the option to do any colour adjustments. So if Stevie's out there and happens to be watching this video, I know you've just done the air cart and the seed hawk. If you want to have a go at doing a Stevie version of the flexi coil here, so we can change the colours on it, that would be fantastic. I certainly would download that. See this angle here looks wrong. This looks a bit too, I think this is 45 degrees, and that to me just doesn't look right. I think this field goes a bit bad. And also, what I don't want to do is get the edges, as I'm putting the edges back in, what I don't want is for them to get too close to the roads. Because again, vehicles, the AI workers and courseplay tend to go a bit crazy when it comes to turning vehicles, and they tend to drive quite a long way off of fields when they want to turn around. I really don't want them driving into the road. Again, doing headlands first on a field of this size should stop them doing that, because then they're obviously going to have extra room to turn around. But yeah, this I'm not happy with this bit. The edge down here, even after I finish the field, I'm not quite happy with it, because it's got like two edges, two different angles edges. Right, here comes one. This is, I think, the 15-degree angle or whatever I did it at. So it goes a bit weird, and like I say, I'm getting very, very close to the road, and I'm a bit cautious of that. It's a shame the terrain tool doesn't really do nice edges though. See, I've messed up again there, look. And now the rain's coming again. And what is it with this game and rain at the minute? All we seem to get is rain and rain and rain and rain and rain. I don't know why. Why does it always rain on me? Right. There was a little bit of a cut in the video there, as I say. I recorded it in 2 parts, so I ended up I think I had to go out. I actually had to leave the house for a few minutes, for about half an hour, 45 minutes. So I just left the game on pause and come back, because this, as I say, this took me, you know, nearly 3 hours real time to do. And no one's going to sit and watch a 3-hour farming sim video. I learnt that from my Stancy series when I did like potato harvesting and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's when I realised some things you have to time lapse. So I put an edge on there. Again, I can trim the edges off here. Cut all the bits off the edge. So again, I don't know if I angle that bit down there. I think I do. I think I'll go and angle that bit. And again, sometimes I'll just have to just do a bit of nibbling on the field. Because again, the way the terrain tool works, the terrain painting doesn't do angles very well, because you can't rotate it. You can't rotate when you set it to square or to square. You can't rotate the angle of the tool to form nice, you know, straight edges. That again seems to be locked to only wanting to, the paint tool only wants to work at, you know, 90-degree angles. Just bodge that field up again. Cut a bit out that I didn't need to cut out, and I'm like, I'm not going to make this field, keep making the field smaller, so I end up ploughing this bit again and trying to do the paint tool. And again, the paint tool doesn't really work very well on slopes, on hillsides, because you can't see it properly. It kind of disappears into the terrain, which makes it hard to judge where it actually sort of starts or finishes in certain places. Okay, yeah, I do put an angle on this then. I thought I did. There we go. That one's nicely done. So again, hopefully, and now I'll just come down here with my big paintbrush. I'm going to take a bit more off of that, I've decided. It's a little bit too close to the train tracks for my liking. You get a nice little gentle curve up there, heading up to the top of the field. Thinking about doing another bit then. . I've got to remove all the green bits, all the bits that I haven't yet ploughed. I've got to plough those. And then what I can do, once I've saved and exited the game, when I reload the save, course play will rescan the fields and detect the new field edges. And then I can just do a normal plough course and get course play to come and plough the whole lot then. Make sure it's all been done. I might even allow it to do it with create fields on. That way then, when it does go around and do the headlands, it will put curves. It will curve the edges rather than have straight bends. But obviously, I'll have to make sure it's not overlapping too much of the field, because again, I don't want the fields to get you know, I don't want them to get any bigger. I don't want them to get too close to the roadsides. So yeah, I need to figure out what's wrong with this tractor, because like I say, it doesn't have the grunt, doesn't have the pulling power. I'll have to check it with the other 9R that I bought, which does seem to be able to pull quite happily at max speeds, as do obviously like the 8R and that Stevie's got. I know the big buds pull this quite happily at full speed, because I've used it on my Estancia playthrough. But this tractor, in certain times, especially when it starts like going up hills and that, it just grinds to a stop. And this, like I say, this thing's got like 1,500 horsepower, or I think maybe even slightly more. So the only thing I can think of is that whoever created the mod hasn't adjusted the torque scale on it for the different engine options, and hasn't adjusted the gearbox and everything for it to actually be able to put that horsepower to use. So we've got an edge there. So I just need to, I'm just going around and having a look. See, that's going to be quite a sharp turn, and that's very close to the roadside. I'm not happy about that edge there. Certain edges on this field I'm not happy about, and how close it is to the road, but I can't really do much about it. Because the way the field's been laid out, it doesn't really sit at the right angle. And if I go crazy with the paint terrain tool, it's going to end up looking, I could end up making it look an absolute mess. I could, you know, and I don't want to make it look too, you know, awful, because, you know, Stevie's done a good job on this map, and it's one of the best maps in the game, and I don't want to completely undo all his hard work and basically remove everything he's done or intended to have on the map. It's just obviously in certain places I like, you know, I like my fields to be a certain way. I'm not a big fan of crazy shaped fields and wonky edges and stuff. I do like nice square rectangular fields. I know that sounds so boring to some people, but that's kind of my feel. It's just so much easier with the way the game is, and the way tools and equipment work in the game, and the way the workers and that work in the game. Blame Giants, you know, if they made, you know, things a little bit easier to work, you know, the weird round shaped fields and stuff, then I would probably enjoy it more, but it's just more of a headache. So yeah, nice rectangular fields is what I enjoy. So I've been to the store now and grabbed this Sapphire 6-metre cultivator, so I can do the I can plough this field, or join this field together, create this field using the cultivator, because obviously on PC in the mod hub we've got the cultivator create fields mod. I know console users don't have that, which is such a shame, because some of these cultivators are a lot easier to use than a plough, which makes them a lot better for changing field edges and creating fields and deleting fields and stuff. And I'm assuming, because obviously somewhere in this mod there must be a script that enables it to create fields at the press of a button, and that's why it never ever came to the console mod hub, as did this plough. This plough I don't think is on the PS4 or Xbox, which is a shame, because this Sapphire plough is really good. It's got a very low horsepower requirement. I think it's about, it only requires about 110 horsepower to pull. It's 6 meters wide, and it has a very good working speed. You can see I'm flying down this field with it. I really do like this cultivator, and on smaller maps with smaller fields, oh, it's great. It's a lot better than the 2 meter and 3 meter cultivators that a lot of people have brought to the mod hub. Definitely this 6 meter jobby is really good. And I know there's another cultivator that got released as well, which is I think 7.5 meters. Again, that's the sort of right direction we need to head in. Now we just need some bigger ones again. And I love the fact as well that it's not a trailer, it's a direct link to the back of the tractor, which means when you lift it up, it completely lifts up, you're not dragging it, which means that it's so much easier to put, you know, good straight level edges on things, because you've got a, you know, it's just there, it's up and down and it's there. And I love tools like this. I wish ploughs were like this in the game. I don't like the angled ploughs, and I don't like the ploughs which are dragged along behind you that go off in their own weird little directions. You know, I much prefer tools that lift properly. Getting the edges put on this field nicely, and like I say, every so often I just go in and just tweak the field edges. Look, put the thing on, it's hard to tell. Again, there, because of the train, because it's going uphill, where the paint tool starts and stops. And it's just a case of merging this together. And I probably at this point, yeah, this is the point where I think to myself, you know, I'm not going to plough the rest of this field with a 6 meter plough. I need to go back and get the big one. But I'm going to change the edge on this field, because I took a little bit too much off of this. So I need to make it a bit wider. But also I discover later on, when I do try ploughing this with the big plough, it's a little bit too close to the trees behind me. The vehicle's crashing into the trees, so I may have to take a bit off that bottom edge, and possibly off the top edge as well, because it's no good if big, you know, wide machinery, wide tools have such a big turning circle that they're going to crash into the, you know, going to crash into what trees I've left behind, or the road, or the AI traffic, or whatever. So I may end up shortening this field top and bottom. So what I lose off the top and bottom, I'm probably just regaining here at this side at this moment. It does look, you can tell it is way too close to those trees. I am going to need to take quite a bit off the bottom of that field, and probably off the top of the field too. That where that angle is on that corner is probably the place where I want to take it. That'll probably be the best place for it. So yeah, give me vehicles a chance to turn around and farm that area. But anyway, let's go grab the big plough again, because I'm gonna need it. Finish doing that field. So that's field 10 and 11 sorted out. we've done 4 and 6, and then merged. And like I say, it's just a case of go around with the plough and plough both the fields, make sure they get all their rescan that field edge quickly so I can save that field course. I probably need to do this one myself, but I'll probably end up having to do it again because, like I say, I need to sort out the tops and bottoms of that field, because I definitely have issues when well, the course player has issues, put it that way, a bit later on when I just leave him to go and plough the whole field for me. But then we'll need to get stuff planted, we'll need to get it limed, both fields, or all 3 fields limed. We'll need to get them fertilised, cultivated. I'll probably whack oilseed radish onto all of them for the first instance, again just to make sure we get the fertilising stage up before I start planting real crops back on these fields, and deciding what crops we're going to plant and harvest on these fields. Field 4/6 definitely still seems to me to be the best field for maybe doing corn, sunflowers on, because that's a huge field. Field 11, which is now the sort of rectangular field to my left as you're looking at it now, that could be fairly big-ish field. Canola, I suppose, could go on there, get a decent canola harvest. The new field 10/11, I'm not sure what to plant on this, I'll be honest. So I'm letting course play just plough the entirety of this field now. Seeing what trouble he gets into. He's bound to get into some trouble. I just know he is. Anyway, normal service is about to resume with the back to the normal recording with audio and original commentary as I'm looking after the animals. And they're still not full of water. Right. Need some straw and stuff then for the cows. Excuse me, piggies. Why are they making a mess? The animals shouldn't be making a mess. The cleaning mod should have taken care of that. Cows don't look to have made a mess. But the sheep have. How did the sheep manage to make a mess? That's the first time I've had animals make a mess on my farm. What do you mean this action cannot be performed here? Sheep's full. Appear to be full. Sold 3 litres of grass and got 0 for money for it. So what's going on over here with the pigs then? Why have they got a mess? Are you spitting out your pig food? Oh no, because the pig food isn't full. Not by a long, long way. So there's no reason for these piggies to spit out 95 litres of pig food. Chalk that down to bad law. Uh-oh. We've got a vehicle slipping. Probably because you're on the train tracks, son. On. Yeah, you know what? This course doesn't work for me. Try again. Without going off the course this time, shall we say? If you do 3 headlands, you'll have no reason to go off the course. Straw. Load him up with straw. Do the pigs, the cows and the horses. And he'll be quite tasty. Around the little patio bit that we put in. Raw overloading. Wait a minute, pigs. Just snaffled all my straw. Not by the hairs on their chinny chin chin, neither have they snaffled all my straw. Just getting these bales chopped up, diced up. Cow's done, so maybe we might get lucky here. Horses might not completely decimate me. Oh, still got a little bit left. We'll park him back down here out of the way. Scraper Special is parked here, down here. He's going to need to be filled with digestate. And then we're going to have to take him up and do the fields once they're harvested. And we're also going to need to lime spread, aren't we? I don't know why this guy's dragging his plough at an angle. It seems a bit weird to me. Manage this okay. Not the way the car stops, look. Lovely weather. How much slurry and stuff have we got? 68,000 litres. That's 2 more empties. What about the cows? 26,000 litres. And stay on top of the slurry quickly. Do it. Really do need to get that manure pit emptied. Do. This should just about empty the pigs. Let it get right to the front again, unfortunately, which is a bit of a issue. Why are you all doing that then? Let me run around here and empty this one. Bum, 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 bum. Guessing at this point the truck is full. Right, this thing is doing my knot. Now I should be able to drive under that without hitting it. Third. Should be able to empty the slurry tanker now. See how much we're getting. One of the things I meant to check, I thought I didn't upload on this map. But apparently it's not showing. Isn't that a shame? It's supposed to show on the pricing screen. I updated the fill types. I wanted to have digestate show on here. But alas, I cannot get it to. Digestate 458,323 litres. That'll do. There, we'll stop there with it. The manure should never come past the front. Don't have a need to. Right, we can see how much the cows have got. They need their tank emptying. Probably do. There we go, a little bit shorter. That is roughly in the middle. 121,000 litres. Spot on. I haven't done the horses for quite some time. I don't know whether they need to be shovelled out. I'll just have a quick drive and check. They'll probably need shovelling out at some point. Bit there, a little bit of manure there. Scoop that out with the front loader telehandler though, can't I? Some more manure for you. There we go. Another day, another evening done here on the farm. Get some wool. What day is it anyway? It's Tuesday today, so tomorrow's Wednesday, midweek. Midweek madness. I like the sound of that. Don't know what we're going to do yet. Well, we'll be carrying on with the ploughing at this rate. Because I doubt matey's going to be finished anytime soon. Is he? Seems to be doing the circle of death routine. So he's done 3 headlands now, has he? He's now doing the ploughing. Yeah. He's doing the ups and downy bits now. He is. Making full use of the working width of the tool. How's he done anyway? Like he's done okay. I don't think he's missed any bits of the field thus far. I need some lime. We are. And he's going to have to do some ploughing. So we'll get some lime down here, we will. Get lime spreaded. We'll also get field 11 done. Field 12's a big field. Look how juicy field 12 is, lot. And obviously we need to get field 4 done. Sorry, should I say field 6. Haven't done a new course outline on that yet, but I will do. Growth wise, we're not expecting anything to go harvest stage anytime soon. Obviously the grass will be. Anyway, on this lovely wet night time, I'm going to say thank you all for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've been CWATTYESO. This has been the Fenton Forest Farm Map by Stevie. I will see you all again very soon with another video upload. Goodbye for now.